right, thanks very much. Welcome back into the show, and time to talk some more Auburn football as we continue to visit about Auburn and Oklahoma coming up this weekend. The Tigers, about a 6.5 point underdog heading into the ball game in Norman, Oklahoma this weekend. Lots of factors to talk about, lots of things that could change this ball game back and forth. And here to talk about it with us a little bit, former Auburn Tiger Brian Brinsfield, member of the 1993 National Championship team. Brian, in Las Vegas still. Good to see you this week to talk some Auburn football.
Yeah, and I'll be here until tomorrow around 12 noon, so you can Venmo me your money to put down on the game, and I'll be more than happy to do that. I'll send my Venmo link on Twitter. No, I think the 6 points looks like probably the usually we're there, so usually that's a 3 point, and but they're a good football team, which we'll discuss. So.
Yeah, and I've said for all the preseason, maybe before the season started, I guess that is the preseason, but
Yeah.
during the first part of the season, that this is a must win, I think, for Coach Hugh Freeze and the Auburn Tigers. Probably the biggest game of the year if they are to do the things that they want to do. I know you've got a couple of things that you're looking at in the stats and general philosophies of how Auburn wins this football game. Tell us a little bit about what you're thinking. I gather from hearing a little bit of your thoughts that you're thinking this may be a defensive, kind of an old-fashioned game where things like turnovers make a huge difference.
Yeah, and I agree with you. From the get-go, back in the summer when we sat down and talked in person, and then just in our conversations, we've said this is going to be probably the defining moment. If we got past Baylor with a win, we would probably be 3-0. And then going into this game, it's a make or break game for Auburn to go into A&M, and we saw what A&M put up against Notre Dame, and Notre Dame's probably the best 0-2 team in the country.
Yeah.
Could probably be a top 10 team, although despite their record. Really big game this week, and if you look at their head coach, this is a guy who stuck around Clemson in their best years and really was the architect of a lot of Clemson's national titles from a defensive standpoint. I mean, this guy is one of the best defensive minds and has been one of the best defensive minds in college football for over a decade now. And he got a shot to coach at a tier one D1 SEC school, Venerables, and I think what we've put on film. If I was Brent Venables, I'd try to take away the run. I'd put two safeties out there and try to take away the run against Auburn, because that's where we have excelled. Let's be honest, and we hadn't passed the ball great again, and we passed the ball okay, but who we passed the ball against? But we've run the ball really well. I would say, okay, Auburn, can you throw it intermediately? Can you throw it deep? What you got? And make us show them. And if we beat them that way, then I think he won't be okay with it, but that's the way he's gonna probably make us win. So, keys to Auburn victory. Some of them, number one, we got to run the ball. If we don't run the ball well, establish the run and run the ball well, do what Auburn does. I don't care if it's with Jackson Arnold or not. I don't care who has the ball in their hands, but we got to run the football, because I think he's gonna sell out on the run.
Yeah.
Um,
And to that point, Brian, I hope that Damari Alston is full strength this weekend and ready to go.
yeah,
And I think Cobb is still struggling with his injury a little bit, but has looked pretty good in the past couple of games. But, the thing that pops in my head when you say make Auburn run the football is, and you talked about us passing the ball against Ball State and South Alabama, but I think the same thing, who have we run the ball against so far? Uh, and I think I'm not trying to be negative, but I think our running
no,
backs are good. I don't know how good they are. And I think our offensive line has improved And again, I don't know how much improved it is, and this week will be kind of a checkpoint to see what that looks like. But so far this season, what do you see in that offensive line? I know you spent a lot of time with offensive linemen and coaching those guys and playing. What have you seen this year? Do you feel like they're ready for this test?
So take the last two games away. I look at the Baylor game. That's probably going to be your best eye test that we've seen on film. And I thought we did a really good job on the offensive line. In the way I judge that is looking at the defensive line. I was a defensive line coach at Navarre, and when you see hands on hip from a defensive lineman, you know they're getting pushed around. And again, but it's Baylor. We haven't seen a test like this. Auburn hasn't. This is the test. You're gonna see what Auburn's about for the first time this season, this week.